everyone else picks it, they lose.
I mean, anecdotally speaking, out of the 3 times that Axe has been picked,
Ten seconds.
5 seconds remaining. Here's
Pick.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Dragon Knight.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Dire's turn.
Axe.
welcome back, everybody, to game number 2, Fnatic versus Smart Omega. And let me, so we've had a whole bunch of Eastern European and what was the other region that also qualified?
South America.
Radiant's
South America,
turn
that's
to
right.
bat.
So we've had a whole bunch of games. And Ponlo, what position do you play primarily?
I used to play position 4, but about 2 months ago, I switched to position 5.
Okay, perfect. Then at least with your previous experience, I can ask you about this. Did you know that the most picked hero throughout all the qualifiers so far is Hoodwink? I kid you not.
5
Hoodwink is
seconds
number
remaining.
1 most picked hero right now. What is your impression of Hoodwink? Because I thought that this hero was irrelevant during Singapore. I think pretty much only Quincy Crew was thinking about picking it, but then Emesis didn't show up. And then slowly was on the come up in Animajor, and now most picked hero. Oh, okay, we already have our own draft. But first, let me get you your impression on Hoodwink as a hero.
I think it's good. I like the hero. I think it's very worthy to be picked because it provides a lot in the draft. Because it provides a break, which is like, does it provide a break? Maybe it doesn't.
It does on the ult, yeah.
It does, right? Yeah. So the break is like super useful in the draft because suddenly you don't need to pick a hero like Viper. You don't need to pick a hero that needs to buy a Silver's Edge to deal with certain heroes in the draft. It gives you that safety net, I guess. And it's kind of strong in the lane as well, and it provides damage in fights. So I personally like to play the hero. I think it's a good hero.
Okay.
Is it a regional thing? Because I feel like we're not seeing it here in Southeast Asia.
Exactly. That was going to be my follow-up. Is like, why is Hoodwink not very popular in SCA then?
I'm not sure actually. Like I do see it in pubs, but maybe people just haven't like start practicing it in scrims yet, so they're not confident enough to play on a big stage.
No, well, one thing that has been catching on, which I know a lot of Southeast Asian teams play against Chinese teams, but I think it was LGD that kind of brought Carry Axe into the competitive meta in Animajor, and now it's proving to be a very, very valuable flex pick as we're seeing Fnatic first phase the Axe and get a Phoenix on top of that. Smart Omega first phase the DK and pick up a Lion.
So you say, I mean, it is getting more and more popular. It's like, I think, one of the top 10 or 15 most picked heroes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the hero with the worst win rate in TI qualifiers that's been picked more than like 12 times.
Really?
And it's been picked in like 40 games. It has like a 35% win rate. It's doing very poorly. I feel like Team Soy LGD doing it, and like, this looks really good to do this, but they don't maybe understand how and why. I don't understand how and why. Pondo's probably the guy that's there, but other teams just seem to be picking it because they saw LGD do it, but don't know how to succeed with it.
So I was talking to Gods about this Axe earlier, and even myself, when LGD picked it in the major, I watched the replays. Every game they pick Axe, I watch the replay and I try to learn how they made it look so OP. And even honestly, like I don't feel like I understand majority of it. I think I only understand like 30%. You know, I think it's like something that LGD are just doing it so well, but no one else knows how to do it, and everyone else picks it, they lose.
I mean, anecdotally speaking, out of the 3 times that Axe has been picked earlier today, it lost every single one of the games. And so not looking great in Southeast Asia. We'll see how it looks in Fnatic's hands,
5
which
seconds
still don't know
remaining.
really where it's going to go. They pick up a Leshrac now. And then Smart Omega follow up with Lina, which is probably their answer to the Phoenix Egg.
Not so sure about X being a good idea for Fnatic, especially because they have Raven. I feel like with Raven, most of the time you want to give him a carry, you know, a big brother, you know. But he has proven haters wrong by being able to play the IO really well. That's the one of the fighting carries that he really excelled in. So maybe this is his new IO. We'll have to see.
So not a death special for X. That was
it's also a death special. Sorry.
Okay. How about this? How about you tell me what are his like? If you see him play that, you're like, oh, I don't even need to try this game. I know he's gonna carry me. So Legion Commander's one, Axe is another.
Oh, I need to pull up my Dota.
Give me 5.
Right.
Okay, I can't go all 20 or something like that.
All right, those death haters, mute your haters. All right, Death Timbersaw. Death Tidehunter, Death LC, Death X, Death
Slardar. Okay, that's good. I'm good with those. Okay, so that explains the Timbersaw first phase ban, because I was curious. I was like, this is seems targeted, because I know Timber's very popular right now. I think it's the most contested hero picked and banned throughout all the quals right now, but Death Special, I'll take it. They follow up with the Wyvern. So now heal strats are starting to come into play. Ancient Apparition is actually not banned out and not picked. So Smart Omega may need to consider that, because Fnatic now have 2 heal supports.
That's a really good pick actually for Smart Omega right now. I'll be very surprised if they don't take it. It's so good against everything that Fnatic has, essentially. Except the laning. It's a bit rough. Oh, it did not.
I was going to say the one consideration is usually teams like to use this 4th pick or the 8th pick of the draft to pick a core and then ban the counter. It seems like they want to go for that. Let's get out core, ban the counter. But I don't see any way they get a last pick here, because it is so good with DK and against the healing that we see on the.
Well, what would their support duo be then? Because now that Storm's on the front, that means that Lina's probably a 4.
Oh, true. Yeah, of course. I wasn't even that wasn't even clicking. Yeah, they are looking at it. I guess Lina line support.
I'm not a fan. Why'd they go for the Storm pawn though, as opposed to, I don't know, waiting until the last pick?
10 seconds.
I'm not a fan either. I play this Wyvern a lot, and
5 seconds
personally,
remaining.
I feel like it's very hard for a Storm to kill a Wyvern right now, because there's one very good reason, right? And that reason is fluffy heads. Buy 2 fluffy heads, Storm can't kill you until like 30 minutes into the game. So I'm not too sure about this Storm pick.
Yeah, it was the same reason why I saw Tiny basically like fall off the face of the earth, is that all these fluffy hat carriers just prove to be too difficult to burst down, and you toss a raindrop on top of that, and all of a sudden Storm Spirit's looking kind of useless. And I guess the mid lane matchup is most likely going to be against the Leshrac. Is that why that they were just like, oh yeah, you know, Storm versus Lesh, we always win that?
I don't think it's good enough of a matchup for you to like pick Storm into Lesh. And I don't really like Storm with Lina as well. Like, I feel like if your Storm is not popping off in the game and your Storm needs to farm, then you have this Lina that just kind of feeds as long as Fnatic has something to kill it, because you're just, as a support Lina, all you can do is like stay in lanes and farm, right? If you can't be part of like big kills.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, I guess now the AAs off the table, Fnatic are going to be targeting out carries themselves. And so I guess all 4 of these bans are going to be dedicated to carries. Medusa banned out, Spectre banned out, which I guess Smart Omega's also reasonably expecting that Death is going to be playing the Axe. So start looking at Raven heroes. Anti-Mage still available in the pool. Smart Omega is going to ban out the Phantom Lancer instead, which there's a lot of stuns for an AM. I only mention it because it's against a Storm Spirit, but he would also be playing against a Lion and a DK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the lane might be really hard for the AM, because it's going to be into a DK Lina, and that is a very strong lane. And his support is a Wyvern.
5 seconds remaining.
It's like a game where if AM gets to a point where he's online, you know, you have a good game. Getting there. We'll see instead bans on so more of those meta carries the PL to spec. You know, worried about something standard that's going to.
What are Smart Omega going to pick up for Tino? He
10
was also
seconds
a
left
carry
on
IO
line
spammer back in the DPC, but for some reason not very popular
5
for like the
seconds
past 3
remaining.
months. Needs something to lane with a lion and probably lane against an axe.
They might need an 8 hitter as well in their carry.
Oh yeah.
So, but
Radiant's
Juggernaut's
time
kind
to
of iffy against Axe. Lifestealer.
Deals with the spirits, attack speed slow. Not a great lane versus Axe though, I've been told. How do you feel about Lifestealer versus Axe?
I think as long as your support is a somewhat decent hero, I think Axe's line is
5
pretty okay.
seconds remaining.
I think the lane is pretty even until the Axe gets a Vanguard. Then things might the Lifestealer might need to rotate to the off lane to go and take the tower with the Dragon Knight and dodge the Axe.
As far as the game goes, it does feel like one of those heroes, mid-game wise, it can match up better against the built-in life. I do like the matchup once you're.
A lot of the game of the Axe revolves around the Vanguard timing. And this game they have a Lash as well. So last game we had an Axe Lina, and this game we have an Axe Lash to take towers with the Vanguard.
Ooh, okay. Oh, it's Death Slaughter.
Oh,
Okay,
it's a
you
Death
said
Slaughter.
that was the
It's
fifth
20 to
hero.
5.
That was the fifth hero that you mentioned. I was curious which one was going to be Raven, which one was going to be Death. Okay, so Raven's going to be playing Carry Axe.
This is the new IO. Let's see.
Yeah, because like I was looking through whenever I was prepping for season 2, I was like, Raven is still just playing all the farm carries. His Lunas, his Gyros, his Deuces, his Terrorblades, his AMs, Arc Wardens. And then I saw this lone IO and I was just like, that doesn't seem very Raven-y. And he had like 100% win rate with it in season 1.
Yeah, Fnatic were doing like quite poorly as a team at that time, but every single time they pick IO, they smashed the game. Like, it was pretty insane.
And you say that Slardar is a death special, but Slardar is not a meta hero right now. Is this the same thing where his Legion Commander is like, I don't care, I'm just good with it? Or is Slardar actually like kind of useful in this lineup?
I mean, it's definitely useful because the Lash can use the minus armor to take the Roche and stuff. And it just helps them with the taking Roche, and that pushes them to take other objectives because their tower hitter is Lash. And Lash versus these heroes, he kind of needs Aegis, even though he already has 2 saves, but Smart Omega still has a lot of ways to kill him. So being able to take that Roche early is going to be really important for Fnatic. And the lane is good as well for Slaughter.
Interesting. Yeah, I never really considered that, but I think Corrosive Haze, I think, oh, I need a right clicker. But yeah, Diabolic Edict can definitely take down Roche really, really quickly. Okay, well, excited to see Raven play a non-farming hero. Excited to see Slardar, another death special, and excited to see how Smart Omega might respond to it. So game number 2.
Well, we got a game 2, and given how Omega performed, they've gone for something that feels like a bit more balanced. They're not all in on the early game, the lanes and snowballing, but they, correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like they really went head to head with Fnatic and looked like like they were on pretty even terms last game.
Yeah, from the last season, my impression of Omega was always that their biggest issue was their drafting, but I feel like these 2 games they drafted really well, and they have really good lineups to stand toe to toe to Fnatic. Fnatic is like doing a bit more different stuff. This carry axe that I don't think they have ever done this before in our official. I mean, they haven't played official in a month, so.
And the carry axe really a bit of a newer thing here, as we do some early aggressive moves around this mid lane, trying to scout out for observer wards as heroes and
30 seconds to battle.
20 around this mid lane, and like nothing much going to come of it. Pino just trying to scout out if there's an observer ward. Does seem to have realized that there is in fact an observer ward neighborhood.
Power rune at 6 minutes and 8 minutes, and what they can do with the siege creep, with the Left Strike Edict and the X Vanguard. You know, those are the things that I'm looking at to open up the map for Fnatic. Whereas for Omega, they depend a lot on this DK to do well in his lane and pressure the tower with his ult. So Fnatic, if Chen is able to get a power rune and come down and kill this DK when he pops his ulti, that would be huge for Fnatic.
Feels like Lesh is one of those series where it's very unforgiving if you play against it and a rotation succeeds, it always leads into. And also can take early tier 2 towers because of how good level 4.
Cut bait.
See how some of these lanes unravel. Is Lifestealer's lane just going to be really rough because of this Slaughter pick, or does he still have an okay time up?
I think it really gets harder and harder. Like usually for Lifestealer nowadays, what I understand is that the lane usually gets easier for you because you need more points of your feast and your goal frenzy. But against Slada also scales with the levels really hard in the lane. So I will have to wait and see. I don't exactly know the matchup that well, but for Death to last pick a Slada into a Lifestealer, and Death is a Slada expert, so I trust him.
You know, perhaps maybe an expert of playing the matchup has gone for an early ring of protection and has a chainmail queued up, so he's all about getting the armor on this Lifestealer. He's like, okay, playing against the Slaughter, I'm gonna get all the armor item.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that they put the Phoenix to lane against the Lina. I think it's pretty good because the strong part about the Lina is her attack speed, right, and her attack range. And you put the hero with Fire Spirits against her, and you put the weaker hero in the Wyvern to lane against the Lion. I think it's a good adjustment from them.
Go 4 versus 5. No. Yeah, I was like, Omega's like, wait, they're saying go, and I'm like, wait, I'm pretty sure they don't have everyone in the game.
I need to PM them to say I can stand in.
You're ready. That's why you're really here. You're just you know,
exactly.
looking to get in touch with some of these teams and players, so you're ready to go.
Found my way in.
The Suns fan, you know, you've seen Dota tell them what they can do to get themselves together. So you're looking at Suns fan your way in.
Yeah, of course, you learn from the best.
Yeah. As this start goes, nothing too crazy or unexpected. I mean, the side lanes both looking pretty good for Fnatic. Yeah, obviously, Death and how his Slaughter lane matches up against the Lifestealer. And that could just get more and more rough here, as we are going to see. It looks like Fnatic trying to secure both water runes as well with the Phoenix rotation on over. That's just going to make this Storm's life a little bit more difficult, not getting the bottle refill.
I'm not sure if my Dota is bugging out, but Lifestealer hasn't added spell yet in this lane.
You're absolutely correct on my
2 minutes.
as well.
He's losing the lane pretty hard already. I think you need to add a spell.
I agree.
He did not add stats. No, he did not.
Oh yeah, I was looking at it.
Okay. He got his piece.
That was 1 point. Okay.
Okay.
So the Lions just like clicked at me. He's like, "What are you doing? Doing it on here, Tino? Having a rough time here. Luckily, it manages to get away just before the bash came in. He did level up the rage.
Nothing.
And escape a little bit there with the movement speed bonus. Yeah, things looking rough. EK down bottom, trying to get some last hits and struggling to do so under the tower with the axe messing with him. So
Radiant's courier has been
lane's
killed.
looking good in this mid lane. Storm is absolutely crushing it in this mid lane. I say that, and Mac, Fairy Fire is going to survive. Okay, gets away. The cost of not getting... Oh, Phoenix diving into the mid lane. He wants his kill, and I believe he's going to get it. Mac trying to turn and fight. I think he just wants to accept his death here, but... he's going to die, and DJ salves himself up while he does this. So a great play as Jabs also rotates in. Fnatic just collapsing on this mid lane.
The mark of a playmaker. Not many +5 Phoenix would do this sort of thing.
Yeah. I guess that's one of the benefits of having an Axe who's kind of self-sufficient, because he was able to rotate for the 2-minute rune and now a gank like a minute later. It does seem like Axe is one of those heroes that just doesn't need quite as much help in the safe lane.
Yep. Yeah, as long as you nullify the Lina's impact in the early levels, the hero starts to fall off in the lane because you start to buy, like, the Axe buys a ring of health, and he's not that afraid anymore.
Going to play around the safe lane, so far so good, and perhaps not so good for the Omega side. Tino just with 11 last hits, a Lifestealer, really feeling pain and the pressure coming his way. It wasn't the Lifestealer and Axe matchup he had to worry about, it was the last pick, counter pick in the Slaughter that's causing him all the problems. Bottom lane, Axe is getting nuked down a little bit, but he's got plenty of health regen, so I don't think they're going to be able to finish him off. Just a DK, there's not really any kill threat when it's a DK up against you and you're active.
Yep, this top lane situation is like 3 weeks ago. Dev told me he like in a private conversation he was like he doesn't feel like Fnatic is using him as well as they could be, and this game is like, my name is Dev. Last pick me Slada into this lane, I will carry you, and he's earning his stripes here. I think
He's ready to step up. It sounds. He wants to, you know. Obviously, as an offlaner, it's like, you know, you're not going to be the star necessarily, but there are some games where if you get set up to succeed, certain offlanes, you know, we talk about people like Mind Control, it's like, you set him up to carry a game and he will. And so far what we're seeing from Death is he is crushing his lane.
if the man a good matchup, he'll bring you to 6th place at the major. That's summer.
Don't have any mana to play around, but he's a Slardar with max bash. He's like, you drain my mana, I don't mind. Not seem to be picking up at all for Omega up in this top lane. What do they need to do? I mean, you have these lanes going kind of badly. They're actually not losing. Gold is even. Do they need to make a play, or is things just going okay and Lifesteal's going to go jungle at some point? How are you feeling right now if you're Omega?
I think if I have a Lina support and my Lifestealer is struggling really hard in the lane, I feel really bad, because you're supposed to do a lot with your Lina lane, but right now it doesn't feel that way.
This is the solution. Storm gank. Storm headed back to base, healed up, and then TP'd into the top lane to go ganking. It cost him a TP into that top lane, but gave the mid lane to Shanks, who's trying to leech some XP there.
Mid tower.
Survived it. Yeah.
Mid tower. Xuan, level 2 edict. Guys, look at me.
Yeah. Luckily, it's level 2 edict. I feel like a lot of Leshreks haven't like, maxed out by level 70s.
Yep.
But,
Omega smoke straight away to respond to this.
Storm jumps in, fall with the Vortex, a follow-up from CML, looking for an Impale. Not going to get it, though. It was just a little bit further away, but they do keep power alive. I'm personally surprised to see E leveled up more. Is this normal Lesh builds these days? At least from watching like NA DPC, I feel like every Lesh would just max EP.
Not too sure. I feel like maybe he just feels like the Storm is really critical for the opponent's lineup, because he already has the winning lane in the top lane. So all he needs to do is pressure the Storm a bit. Or maybe it was because he was kind of getting dumpstered, remember, in the first 2 minutes of the lane. Yeah. So he kind of added points.
Lightning.
Yeah.
I could see that. That would make sense, because yeah, Storm CS-wise was like just destroying him. A lot of that was neutral camps, but still. Mac is absolutely popping off so far in this Storm, and you're kind of seeing why perhaps Omega went to Storm as a, you know, we were a bit surprised when Storm came out, but I think it was very much like we lost game 1. Let's go for our comfort pick. It's one of Mac's most played heroes in pub games. He's played it a ton in pro games, so it does feel like a bit of a signature hero comfort pick.
Yep. It's definitely one of Mac's best heroes, and it's always good to have your mid player, especially your mid and your carry players, on one of their best heroes in these high-stake games. Because they might just pull something off that you didn't expect.
This next move is invasion into the enemy jungle from Mac, trying to take away some of this Axis farm, and Lifestealer is still able to at least stay in this top lane for now. Like you can at least you rely on that rage to perhaps escape if needed.
Raven's Axe is actually a lot poorer than I thought he would be at this point. He is not accelerating that much for an Axe. This is not where you want to see your Axe in terms of net worth at this point of the game. When you have your Vanguard. Oh, sorry. Now he goes to accelerate. He's at the ancient stack.
I guess it was just the perhaps. I feel like often you see the axes get to the ancients or neutral stacks faster, and he lost some of his neutral stacks. That's why it was a smart invasion by Omega into the jungle. Now we get Raven, good Raven things that will get to the top of the network. Took him, oh, not really a bit longer. I guess this is kind of typical time to be farming those ancients. Doesn't kill the ancients in time to get the respawn.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff win.
Yeah, Fnatic happy just to keep on farming with their axes.
This is kind of a missed opportunity by Fnatic, I think. I think they should have been top while their Axe is farming the jungle. Because Omega actually brought like 3 heroes bot, and they didn't use their Lash to take the top tower. And after 10 minutes, you can't do that as the Lash anymore, because you're afraid of the Finger and the Laguna because of the Tome. So I think it's quite bad that they didn't take the top tower as Fnatic.
The impression I get is that one Storm rotation where TP top almost maybe scared Fnatic a little bit. Like, they probably remember, okay, last time we went top, we got ganked here. Like, I feel like that's in your head where you're thinking twice about going top because of what Storm did to you last time. And now there's not just a Storm, but there's also a Lion who's level 6 with Finger of Death.
Yeah, again, I'm feeling better about Omega's situation in the game. They haven't dropped any towers against this Lash, and their heroes are only gonna get more threatening. All these heroes, these Lions, this DK, Storm, all the heroes that can kill you really fast. If they have an even map, they're gonna find pickups somewhere.
Also haven't really dropped any kills here, as they're gonna find a kill their own on the Phoenix. Nice zip from Max. Max the only death. I mean, we're 10 minutes in and it was a 1-to-1 kill score. Similar to game 1. I mean, we talked about it a bit last game. The pressure, the importance, I know, $40 million qualifier. We are seeing a very different style of Dota compared to the Southeast Asian DPC leagues, it feels like, from both these teams.
Yeah, definitely. These teams have been, once the brackets were announced, they have been screaming for the past 3 weeks to a month.
Jump in top. There's the jump. I mentioned it. I mean, perhaps this is where not going top earlier. You mentioned it. Oh, mid lane also. They saw the jump up top, and I think Axe Raven thought he was safe in this mid lane because several heroes were in the top lane, but the chain stuns, the Lion, the lead of the LSA into the Impale. DK Dragon Tails, the damage isn't there though. These heroes just don't have it, and they're going to turn around. Nice Winter's Curse coming in from the Wyvern. The egg fell off as well, but here comes the Lifestealer with the Rage. Can they bring this egg down? I believe they've got the right click team. Oh, down, and now the Vortex, the pull in onto death, and he's going to be meeting his death here as the Storm zips through, and Sam H finishes him up with a DK. A bloodbath in the middle lane, following a pick off top. Suddenly, all hell unleashed in the mid lane.
Omega has been impressing me these 2 games so much with how they've been playing the early game. Sure, the lanes didn't go as well as they wanted to, especially their top lane, but they've really recovered really well, kept their composure.
Where was this Omega during the DPC League season? Are they just been improving by sticking together and playing a lot more? Like, what do you think has kind of changed?
I'm not sure, honestly, because I actually screamed them recently, and I mean, I'm not gonna leak anything, but I didn't feel like they were that good. They are much better now than they were a few days ago. So maybe they are just turning up today, you know?
No, for sure. Yeah, I mean, you were predicting a Fnatic 2-0, which is nothing crazy. Obviously, you know, your friends playing on the team, but I think most of the SEA viewers would say, okay, you know, this is Fnatic we're talking about. They are favored. They did win game 1 already. But game 2, similar to game 1, looking pretty good for Omega. And now they've got an armor on this lifesteal, and something, you know, we haven't really talked about the lifesteal and what this hero can do. Infest bombs. Or is that the game plan here? Just, we saw game 1, the aggression from Omega. Are they just gonna be looking to kind of redo what we saw in game 1, where they just keep on playing aggressive?
Yeah, I think the difference here is that last game they had a Monkey King that he didn't feel like he could scale into the game properly. He took the ages, but he didn't really do anything.
Blink stun mid lane. They've pulled out death. He's got the hood. He's pretty tanky here. Wyvern with the cold embrace, and that's gonna for Omega, as actually Phoenix in some trouble. Can he get the egg up here? DJ just gonna go for the egg, and with the Winter's Curse to protect it. The Storm in all sorts of trouble. Death is waiting with the rush. Oh, he doesn't get, he gets stunned. Oh, great stun coming in. That saves the Storm's life. But CML will go down as a result, but he stopped Death from getting the chain stun out of the curse, so save the Storm's life.
That's beautiful.
Well, big ultimates now. I mean, Fnatic are very ulti dependent. Is that something you have to be a little bit worried about? Are Omega saying, okay, let's just go fight again now?
Yeah, definitely. Like, if they actually make a smoke play now onto the Lash, I think the Lash just dies. There's nothing to save the Lash. The Axe doesn't even have a dagger to counter initiate. This Axe right now is just a farming machine. It's just accelerating.
Storm is gonna look to zip in, blink into a crush, the follow-up stun on the Lash. Oh, Mac, he gets the regen! He's regenning! They don't kill anyone, but he lives and gets a regen, so Omega still may look to re-engage here. The Infest can feel this, but he's zipping in from afar, he's chasing. He knows there's no ultimates, he's just looking for anything he can find. It's gonna be Schwan on the left track. No escape for him.
Where you at, Tren? Where you at?
just like, come on, we had him. And they're going to get more. They're going to get Death on the Slaughter as well. The Cold Embrace may delay it, but the Impale's waiting for him. The Laguna Bay, the Finger of Death, the Zap Zap combo.
Hino's just hitting Ancients while Death is dying for the Slaughter. Oh my god.
know,
Omega are feeling themselves this game.
I mean, they are, but also that was a pretty lucky regen rune, you gotta say.
That was masterful storm play though. Masterful.
Yeah. I love that he, whoever, whether it was Life Stealer or Storm, probably the Storm, because he's the one diving in. He made the call like, they see me, they saw him with the Corrosive Haste, but he's like, we're just gonna zip in. They used everything, they have no spells. We'll just fly in across the map with this regen.
Whoa, what I miss?
He had a GPS on Chen.
Got done. Fine jabs now as well.
Too bright.
One fluff. You said the magic number is 2. He's only got one fluffy hat. That's clearly the problem here, is I'm hearing.
Clearly. Obviously, I'm a much better player than Jabs.
You know to buy 2 fluffy hats, not 1. Don't worry, I'm sure Jabs will be, after this today, he's going to go back, watch all the VODs he said, so... he'll get some of those yips. But yeah, I mean, Omega just suddenly pull a little bit further ahead. You kind of mentioned I'm the same, where we don't fully understand this axe. Does it feel like, to you, axe is going to hit some key item timings and suddenly the game is going to...
I think the timing for the X to have won the game has already passed, to be honest. In the way that LGD played it, they always accelerated the X really hard in the laning phase. Like he pushes the lane with the X, he farms the camp, the support. Like in this case, they have a Phoenix as well. The Phoenix could have stacked like 3 camps with his spirits, and he would have accelerated the X so much. But the only stacks that they got him were the ancient stacks. Of course, Omega also stole one of Fnatic's stacks. So yeah, this X so far hasn't been working out. I think like he's way too small for this point of the game.
And it sounds like it's not necessarily Raven how he's played it, but one of the things we were commenting on and kind of praising EJ for was those rotations made. He stole a water rune, he killed the storm, but it wasn't stacking camps, I guess. You mentioned the Phoenix's ability to stack multiple camps with Fire Spirit. It felt like he prioritized winning mid lane over securing the axe for
Yeah, and after he clears those stacks, maybe he could have to the mid lane or went to the top lane with the Vanguard at like a really early timing and helped his team to open the towers. Instead, he just jungles, right? And when you just jungle, you're not putting pressure on the enemy because you're buying a Manta, you're not buying a dagger. There's no strat.
Mega. They are feeling themselves. They're chasing, they're looking for kills. Sam H charging forward the Corrosive Breath and the Infested Lifesteal. Tried to find the Blink Dragon Tail, didn't connect, but this all follows Omega claiming a tier 2 bottom plus an early outpost. We saw last game, an early outpost being picked up, and you mentioned last game, is eyes just on Roche now? Is that the next priority? And yeah.
I think for Omega, what they want right now is really to push out the waves, and once they have a smoke and an ops ready, they want to smoke and get a very big kill to a Roche, because it's not that simple for them to just simply do Roche. They don't have any good Roche taking abilities. It's just a lifesteal hitting. So I think they should go for a kill first.
I'll take that.
They are posturing around the enemy triangle. I mean, if they can't take Roche, not looking to hide. Storm dips forward a little bit. Dips out. I think the whole wind of what's coming his way, and Mega. You still have to, even with a lead, it feels like they have to respect this Fnatic team. Egg plus Winter's Curse to protect it. It doesn't really feel like they've got a good solution to it unless Lifesteal is able to rage and kill the egg, which is a big if, because he's likely just going to...
Yep, for sure. They have to kill the supports first. And I think is that I don't feel like they really protect their supports.
was gonna say they look like this confident team.
My head.
One Mandra in the other. Happily takes 100 gold.
Won't last long.
And bottom tier 2 now.
Dire
Yes,
structures
they could consider
are
trying
fortified.
to get both outposts. Not necessarily their goal, but they have
tower
to
is
power
about
first.
to flounder.
A wyvern's breath.
So I talked about it during the draft, but I feel like this Wyvern is just too much of an issue. Even though you have a Storm. Like, never mind, Raven.
Best. Coming, wrap around from behind Sammy today with the Blink Dagger on the Dragon Knight. Finds the Blink Dragon Tail, pop out comes onto Shrine. He does not have any.
The heal.
The save, the heal, the Embrace, the Sunbreak. He's healing so freaking much. He's almost full health already. Oh, they lost the lean and the Wyvern does go down, but they can't deal with Shrine, who just lives so much to Cayenne Sun. They turn around, get the dunk on the DK. The egg comes out. They want back. He's a bit low on mana, but he will get back to safety instead. It's CML on the line. That's a dieback.
Yes.
Keep it in, insta
เก
dive.
มที่ดี
That heal was almost too late, my friend. Oh my god. He went from 5% HP to 95% HP. Good heal.
I was kind of clicking the left when they went him. I was about to say like, oh, jump in, live seal. They want BJ on the Phoenix. It looks like they're going to get him. Death on the Slarder, trying to counterplay this, but he needs backup and BKB. But what he has is this Ghost Shroud giving him A and play this game. Wishing they had something to counteract these heals. And, you know, there's a Scotty, but it wasn't enough.
Well, at least there's no more Aegis now, so I feel like Omega needs to push out the waves, prepare an ops and a smoke, and smoke up for the ops and look for the supports. Because if you're not killing the supports, you're not gonna kill any of the cores.
Double damage.
This, yeah, it is a Wyvern who doesn't have that kind of
Wyvern.
Aeon Disc type item or even a Glimmer Cape, so if they can jump the Wyvern, it is a potential kill. BJ has a Glimmer Cape for some save, and Jabs is fairly tanky, but... And also Spider Legs, very annoying item. So
Scanning for enemies.
I
Both of
like that
them
they
are-
gave the Spider Legs to Wyvern to help people.
Yeah. Both of them are on the way to Aeon this, and when both of them get Aeon this, I feel like this game is really gonna be tough for Omega.
That's where jumping the support's the name of the game, and how do you do that? Stay on this.
I'm over here.
And you already know these two players are gonna like hold the lock, you know, hold the lock unlock combining thing on the locket and not finish the item, you already know DJ and Gems are gonna do that and outplay you.
I feel like when it comes to SEA supports, these two guys have made a big name for themselves for especially their individual plays and mechanics. Often those, you know, top 10, top 20 leaderboard players, so mechanically very, very sound.
It's not just going.
Yes, coming in, it's another Infest play. They find once again the Leshrac. They quickly realize maybe we can't deal with it, but the Blink Call from Raven catches out too. They've got to run the hell away from this one. The egg at the top. Shake's trying to finish off. Can the Lina do enough right clicks? Does get it. Lina isolated and takes out the egg, and now Mac in trouble. Does not have the mana to get away. Max gets the Culling Blade kill, and they're chasing. They want more. Get the Battle Hunger slow onto Shanks' Lina. But instead it's Lifesteal. It's Tino they're considering going on, but Prosa pays they don't overcommit. Say, you know, back off. Hold the lanes, get the tier 2 tower, maybe get this outpost, or they've already got the outpost and wait for it.
Is under attack.
This situation is really reminding me of PI where Kuroki was we were talking about Jerax's Pugna, right? And they're like, we need to find this Pugna. We need to find him, if not we can't kill them. And then they're like, I can't find this Pugna. I feel like that's what Omega's feeling right now. They know that they have to jump this Wyvern, they know they have to jump the Phoenix, but the players are good. No, they don't just get caught.
Double damage.
Playing like a star. And he's 1, 3, and 6, but it's really everything else he's doing that doesn't show up on the score. Even just small things. He's got the Philosopher's Stone and he's toggling between that and the Spy Legs. You know, okay, we're farming, we're not fighting. Philosopher's Stone, get my A on this. That's a game-changing item. Second, they're smoking or making a play, he's swapping back to the Spider Legs.
Actually, I have a next level analysis of why this Fnatic are winning. Are you ready for it?
Let's hear it.
Deb spot a second fluffy hat. Yes, 2.
That was the magic. That was when things changed.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna have to go back to the VODs to, you know, learn that one, but he's there.
Somebody, he's listening to my tips. Somebody report this guy. He's watching the stream.
Check the viewer list. Blink, crush. They caught 2, follow-up, blink, call. Perfect initiation from Fnatic. They're gonna take out the Lion. They don't have the lockdown from Max. Status is helping him out there. Just a Lion kill. No Roche for 30 seconds too, so it's enough time for Omega to perhaps contest this one. Has a gem, luckily did die, heal up and make their way towards the gem pit.
There is a really sick ward by Omega though. If you look at the high jungle, that ward might just be the turning point if Omega win this game. The next fight.
Radiant Sentry's trying to reward that entire Dire jungle, but they've even checked the obvious clip spot. Just as that, they found the Wyvern. They can't actually bring it down, but the Storm got caught by the stuns. Does get away from the starter. Death doing a good job to try and deal with Mac, but Mac is just dying. He's trying to use all his mana during this fight. He's actually going to live his way through this one. Dino on the front line. He's the one in trouble. Gets caught by his splitter. Is there any save? He gets the advance. He's still alive. The Winter's Curse onto the DK, but that's going to do absolutely nothing. If anything, this is just helping the lifesteal buy time to heal up inside the DK. And Fnatic, they don't have their Winter's Curse. This could just be Roshan for Omega. You mentioned the ward. Help at least give them some info to set things up. And
yep, definitely. I think it's gonna be kind of risky for them to go for Roche now because, like I said, they don't really have that good of a Roche lineup. They don't have Deso, they don't have minus armor. Not gonna be that fast. But Raven is still posturing though.
They were so close to bringing them. They were a little split. It felt like at first they were going for Mac, who had 0 mana, but then they realized, wait, lifesteal's alone, let's go. Invested on like 50 health, it felt.
Oh, Raven and F are...
Play here. See things, this ward here, and you could expect some kind of vision in the area. Dire has not had a proper chance to they see, you know, I think they're expecting him to be fair. I mean, it's a 3.5k stuff was perfect. And now they're in full retreat on the Omega side. Sam H on the high ground with an Axe Scepter. Not gonna lead to a whole lot. It looks like full-on retreat, 70 seconds without the Storm, and Fnatic want another pick-off if they can get it. They catch but they also know if they want it, they can just fall back and take a Roche here. Almost buyback though, he just got the gold for it. He's going to use it now with the Dragon Storm still up. Omega, they want to fight. Chases on, Storm zips from afar with the Shiva's Guide. He's found the Wyvern jab. Of course, hasn't got the Aeon Disc. He gets the self-caught brace off back into the pull. Being silenced up, they can't save Schwan. There's the Winter's Curse. It comes out on a Storm. It's going to catch the life seal and ends up pulling him in. The egg in the pit as well. They can't deal with the egg. Sam H, he's going to initially go for it, but realizes quickly he can't. Full on retreat, they've lost Storm. It's a dieback, and Tino has no rage. He's going to be careful. He's going to find a way out. Lion fights back as well. Tino's just trying to hold his ground and fight. They can't kill anyone. The heals are too much. Jazz is on the front lines in a cold embrace, and he just is unfreaking killable. Is CML going to finally bring him down? Throws out the fingertips. They're sick of this Wyvern. They'll kill him, but he's got a buyback, and they lost Storm to a die.
Wyvern, man. This Wyvern is too much of an issue. He does not die. Fluffy heads, dude. Vitality booster.
Storm
Yeah,
alone
but
doesn't have the damage.
I feel like Jabs is doing a really good job of staying near the X, so that in the case where they jump with the Infest Bomb on the Storm, right, the X can just blink call 2 calls and you just win the fight straight up. So I think it's like Fnatic really understanding how their fight system works, and that is why it's so hard for Omega to kill the support.
We have seen Raven play these team fights so well. He was the one who initially got the he's got the setup on the Storm pretty much every single time, and then it's, you know, the chain stun. Death gets the crush, and they don't stack the stun. Like if they stack the Split Earth with the Slaughter Crush there, I don't think they kill Storm, but they perfectly.
Fnatic just looks like they fight so well around each other. They are always together. They are always covering each other. So hard to break them, to break the line of the fight.
Now they're playing on the back. I mean, if they can drag this, are there any kind of power spikes as we head more towards the late game that Omega's looking for, item-wise or level-wise, that you can?
I think the Life Stealer definitely can scale more than the X. Stealer starts.
Got knocked down.
That's a super interesting item choice.
AC shoot up earlier, but ain't fine.
What I miss?
I think it's a really good. It's really smart because he knows that if he gets a cheap call on a Lion or a Lina, he can just solo kill them with this build.
They have former teammates Raven and Sam H tipping each other. Not even sure if anything prompted that. I feel that to me says, you know, Raven's feeling pretty confident about where this game is going.
There were 2 tips in the pause. Dev and I forgot one other Fnatic member. They tipped Raven for some reason. Maybe Raven made a joke.
See a very change in the way. This is feels like the most passive we've seen Omega play in this entire best of 3 so far. They're the ones for the first time kind of in split push, avoid fights kind of mode. Like they don't want to.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff win.
I guess are they just waiting for stages to expire now?
Yeah, I mean definitely. I don't think they can fight into these ages, but I'm not sure. when I watch Omega play, it really feels like when the game after 30 minutes, they really seem like they lack that one solid shot caller that knows what needs to happen in the game, and they just kind of individually walk around the map based on where they want to go individually.
Have no idea where he is. He gets caught by the crush. Follow up from Raven. Not going to find him. Zip TP. Raven had used his blink already. That was... I think it close. Well played by the Storm now. Find DJ in the mid lane. Pops a Ghost Scepter. Still has an Aeon Disc as well. Actually gets pulled in by the taunt here. The follow-up is there where they've got the Bloodthorn. He's silenced up. He will not survive through it. Did not get a chance to infest his way out of there. And
Bloodthorn.
Mega. Yeah, Bloodthorn. What an item pickup from Raven. We saw the damage it gave them there. And it's already back up. Very low cooldown ad. They're going with the Blink Crush on the Dragon Knight. Can they bring him down now? Forces out of BKB. Now with the Blink Call Raven. Once Sam H, whose BKB is going to be wearing off soon. Be a little bit careful. This Dragon Knight is slowing him down. Don't buyback with the Zip, the Shivers. Gets a lot of damage out, but he's low on mana. Cannot afford to die here. Max being silenced up against caught by the Winter's Curse. The lean is hitting him. Lightstealer's Rage is about to wear off. He goes for the Infest save. Great play with the Infest. And they take out the Leshrac once. Can they get a second kill here? They get the stun onto Raven. They want the axe. This is a good fight so far for Omega. Great use of the buyback. The egg coming in, but it's really far away. Just fully defensive here. Have they got the right clicks to kill? It's going to be close. DJ gets the 3-man stun off and will go for a dive TP out. Didn't save anyone, but didn't lose his own life.
Train bot back. That is odd. Flash bot back, and they couldn't even fight.
Ah, the panic play.
But that was really good by Omega.
Yeah, I mean that's
The
like
buyback on the Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer, as well as was it the Storm as well? No, yes, sorry, not Storm. The Lifestealer buyback and the Storm pulled in from afar from the fountain.
Radiant's middle tower can't
It was really important that the Lifestealer raged there and he didn't get caught by the curse. No, that would have been game, I think.
Radiant's
And right when
middle
his rage
tower
was about
has
to wear off,
fallen.
he infested. Potentially up in 70 seconds.
Omega actually hit a power spike again because Storm got his level 25. He has the overload attack bounce that can like really kill these supports really fast. But yeah, Aeon this. First they need to deal with the Aeon this and they can kill the support.
Omega, it looks like just waiting for that next item or two. Lifestealer not 25 yet himself, but
Oh, the Storm has Aga.
particularly close. Like this confidence though, they're not looking like a team on the brink of being knocked down in the lower bracket. They jump in, they go in the Phoenix here. He has to get help, kept alive by the Cold Embrace here. The follow-up damage isn't going to be there. They stun him as the Cold Embrace ends. DJ getting low, gets the egg off here. Meanwhile, there is going to be a perfect Raven initiation with the Blink Call here. They get the stun. Tino being chainsawed here. Tino in trouble. The chainsaw once again dealing with the Lifesteal, and he's dead for 2 minutes. I don't think they've got any more answers left. Lion dead for a minute. Sammy's going for a TP out. Is he going to get cancelled? Perfect timing on the splitter. Schwan is there with it. He tries to get out with the Dragon Tail. Can he run his way over a cliff? He blinks away. BK may actually live his way through this one. Omega, no life steal for 100 seconds, but it does seem like Fnatic may eye off Roche, and also it's Storm. Storm can just clear these waves.
Top lane, they're chasing.
Damage.
They want the Black Bird.
Needs to get this creep wave. Perfectly placed Zip. No creeps top. Wave mid a little bit far away. And bottom lane, Shanks to support Lina. Making moves.
Yep, he had buyback. He's just trying to make space at this point.
Yep.
Because Fnatic know the lifesteal bot back.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff win.
They are
And
not.
they're ignoring him. So
They are ignoring him.
a chance. Yeah. And Storm, oh, we didn't get a couple creeps in it. So creep wave is going to enter, which means no more backdoor protection. Leshrac a bit low on mana, but does have a cheese. They go for the throne. What's the play here? Bottom lane, Lina. Being pushed back, DJ. They called it. Now the blink call here, and Lina, well, that seems like an okay death. That seems very tactical, where it's like, we need to defend our base. Let's just do whatever we can, and then they're going to try to force a fight. Mac is out of mana. He's a crazy man. But he also knows Fnatic do not have numbers.
Radiant better raise a defense.
Spread at Radiant's bottom
Give
barracks.
their
Well, kind of talked about in the lane stage, you know, Death is getting the chance to have a big game and really show off. It didn't really from the crushes there as well. Tron gets another stun as well. Tina in some trouble. Can he get out of this one? I don't think so. He's going to try and turn the fight, but he's dead once again for 90. And this time, well, once again, they get the Lion with him. So, a bit of deja vu. This lifesteal is just struggling to keep himself alive in these fights. Having
And if
no
you-
save for the Sun.
Regeneration.
Yeah, and if you look at the net worth, the lifestealer is so poor. He actually does so little damage at this point. It hasn't had an item progression in like the past 15 minutes or something. It's like they had a ward there, which was why they went onto Fnatic, but I almost feel like maybe if Omega just chilled a little bit and farmed on their lifestealer for his next item before they try to take another fight, maybe they have a better chance. And if the Storm has the shard for him, the Overload shard, help the lifestealer do more damage.
Storm will clear the creeps, but not the scene creeps. Unfortunately, the Ball Lightning not enough to deal with them. The Glyph is going to get some multi-shot action, so that might help delay things. Storm, the Glyph. They keep the creeps alive, and Fnatic get a second lane of Rax here, 30 seconds before Lifestealer is back in. There's no defending this bottom lane. Will Fnatic go for more?
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
I wonder if there will be one fight this game where Omega are able to kill these goddamn supports. They are so annoying.
Storm just trying to bait some. It feels like they almost just can't, and they're just trying to bait spells. But every time they bait spells, they get jumped and bursted. We're going to see it again. PK this time, not the Lifestealer at least, but instant buyback in. It's like they poke to bait out a Cold Embrace, but they just die in the process of doing so. Mac's gonna go ball in, he finds the backline, gets DJ, but instant Aeon Disc gonna purge it off, and Sam H goes in the backlines on a Death Slardar, but not sure this is gonna amount to a whole lot here, as Fnatic just kind of disengaging, using the Edict to push the base here. Lost their line, who will instantly buy back, but now they've got to worry about these support ultimates. Storm looking for the support from the top here. He's going to find the Phoenix, but the Winter's Curse is there, and DJ Cold Embrace up once again as the supports just healing one another. Phoenix sunring himself up to the top of the map. He's Glimmercape as well. He's just unkillable. Instead, it's the Leshrac who they do bring down. the supports were preoccupied, so they kill one of the cores, but he's got a second one with the Aegis. He's going to turn it around. He's with a nice blink 2-hero crush. He's got the funnel as well to sit on top of, and there's just no damage to deal with Fnatic. Tino, he's trying to life steal his way through this one. He'll get death, but that's all he's going to get, it looks like. No, perhaps Raven. Raven getting low, Swan getting low as well. Omega, they are potentially doing this. They're going to get Raven. They've killed off 2. Can they get any more? Flying over the trees is the DK, the Storm. He wants Jab, he cancels his TP. Oh no. They don't realize Jab's canceled his TP, but I don't think anybody realizes he's up here. Finally, I don't know, how did that fight go differently to the others? Because it looked kind of the same in so many ways, but Omega win it despite Leshrac having an Aegis.
Yeah, I think the fight started well for Omega in the sense that they used a jump onto the Phoenix. The Wyvern healed him, but the Wyvern wasted a curse because the Wyvern cursed the lifestealer straight away, and it was quite short because of the Sage, and they didn't really do anything with the curse, and the egg was also kind of far from the Leshrac and the axe. So they kind of split up the fight, Omega, and the lifestealer just survived on like 10% HP throughout that fight while he was man fighting the axe. Like, it was really, really close.
Stupendous.
Every little bit life still counting there, and he had the Paladin sword going early. Now he's gone back for the Titan Sliver, so looking for that extra bit of status resist. I think we keep seeing how much he gets chain stuns. Like this.
He's queuing up. He's buying a Satanic. I think this is gonna help him a lot in turning a fight, because he has always been like targeted in the fights. Now if he has the option of using Infest and then popping up straight away and turning on his Satanic and Rage, he can just...
For the Rax mid lane, they're gonna perhaps not fully equalize the Rax stats, but getting just one Rax here help them out a lit. They're looking for point as well. They're
with this Leshrac in the fights. When this Leshrac is half HP and he's, feeling good about life stealing back his HP, Lina is like, Zap, you dead.
Lina's about to be like, zap, zap, you dead.
Zap, zap.
Pressure coming. Now the third, if you want to add CML in there as well, so...
Don't mind if I do.
And Storm is going to be like Zip Zap, so it's all coming together. That's been the strat from the start, the Zip Zaps.
The Zip Zap strat.
Rush. Paying out some spell, pops the BKB, not sure if that was the plan. He's still got the Minotaur Horn to fall back on as well. Storm goes in, looking for the blink thing, but he gets stunned. Storm has buyback, but I don't know about that one. Now with this curse, it's going to deal with the Lion as well. The Life Stealer just killing his buddy and no buyback. Big flub from Omega there.
Hey guys, reset, wait for Lion. We can win next fight.
That could give away Roche. No, a minute and a half. We're good. Okay, there's no Roche. Good defend high ground. We've got Storm who clear waves as long as he doesn't die without buyback. Buyback status, obviously the very important thing at this stage of the game.
Really hard for Omega to win a fight. Like, the only reason Omega managed to win the top fight there was because the egg and the curse were kind of a little bit wasted, I think.
Like, Fnatic came out poking the high ground. Just a dead Lion, but they also know there is no buyback on Storm. Now the blink stun, initiation from Dragon Knight. Storm going to jump in, they want Chuan. Is the damage there? He's still surviving, he still likes him. Now the Cold Embrace comes into play as well. The magic damage is just not enough. He's got an Aeon Disc proc as well. He popped it out from his backpack, he assembled it. Lifestealer, dead with buyback. Maybe forced to use it. We'll have to wait and see. Will they go high ground? They may just want to look figure out some of these creeps.
Oh,
good initiation.
I want to point out how good Fnatic's position.
Double ulti. Laguna's back in 10 seconds though. Changes out of mana though. They're balling on the back lines here. The DK with the buyback on the life steal. They're trying to burst down anybody. The Winter's Curse is there, but he got the rage off. Pino not hitting his buddy. It was the Winter's Curse. It was on a dragon, that illusion. As Storm, he's silenced up. He needs to get out. Great force start to keep him back, getting back to safety here.
Bang on left.
Supernova, they're trying to kill the egg. Have they got the right click? It's going to be close. He gets it off just in time. One or two more right clicks would have sealed the deal. Omega still looking okay for now. They're still healthy, but they need to get this axe. The axe cut alive by the cold embrace. The DK getting low. Bam, he's trying to get the hell out of here. He does go down without buyback for 2 minutes here, but they may have Raven's axe. He's got an E-play to keep alive. The Impale is there. He's going to buyback immediately. Leshrac dead without buyback.
Oh, the bot!
Scamel gets out of there. I think he fingered a creep in the chaos here. It stabs into the new attacker for Dino. Cold Embrace is going to stop the whole lot from coming out, but the Impale is there waiting for jabs as the Cold Embrace wears off. Can Tino finish him off? It looks like the answer is going to be yes. As Omega hold their high ground, win a fight, and they're only down 4k gold.
Oh my god. If I think Radiant faulted the creep. I think Raven faulted the creep as he traveled in because he bought back. And the lion finger.
Listen, they're going on the act. Can they? So that means jabs could be exposed. They go back on Raven.
Raven's gonna.
Of
It's pretty legit, I think. You can.
The Dire.
Let's see who gets
What's it
it.
gonna be? Storm's holding it. Storm gonna
Sell his? No. Please give me.
No.
Max,
DK's got it. It's either Lion or Storm.
Oh my god, poor lion, man. Poor lion.
Yeah, Storm's like, I gotta rock the double axe. Like, oh man. Doing that cost.
True. That's 5D. That's 5D chess right there.
It's like I'm doing
60 seconds.
Lion, bro. Yeah, no axe. They're gonna get the raid tracks. Are they going for the base here? Leshrac with his shard to split everything away. Roman's not here for the time being. Tino needs to be careful. He's getting very low. He does have Satanic, so he's gonna be looking for some life steal off. MH with the dragon is just trying to bring down these buildings. The Dagon is just taking out the illusion. The illusion is being dealt with by a very clever Dagon pickup from Death. I'm liking what I see.
Wow. That's Sama.
Barracks have fallen.
Well, I can't praise him too much. You're gonna give him a big ego. You can praise him, but I can't as well. Keep it down.
Really smart though, because I've actually felt it. I watched the fight and I see what this DK is doing at the back of the fight. DK is so annoying. He's constantly like playing on the terrain, so it's super hard to kill him. Like this Dagon is really smart.
Look, like the Life Stealer and DK, they're both like absurdly tanky. 5k plus health on DK. Life Stealer almost 5k health with his armlet turned on.
Yep.
And something big coming up. It's good old neutral items. Tier 5 neutral. Some of these heroes, I'm looking at Omega. Lina does not have a neutral item. There's just been nothing worth carrying for Lina. Has an Essence Ring to go with the Philosopher's Stone. This has not been a very good game when it comes to neutral items. So he's hoping for something big to come with these tier 5 neutral.
Yep. Maybe he could get the Stormcrafter that no one is using. The eel. Maybe he just thinks the gold is more valuable for him to get the refresher, maybe.
Yeah, he's holding on to buyback. It feels like he's got refresher for a double Lagoon in this upcoming fight. Have a refresher shot on this storm as well, so yeah, potentially double electric vortex, double Shivas for all kinds of AoE damage, and they're not waiting for 60-minute items. They want to go high ground now, try and get those mega creeps, but they're also playing this very cautiously. And, even with an Aegis, how quickly this life steal can be.
Yep, but Fnatic, like, I think right now, like, if Fnatic were to try to fight outside their base, like, all they can do right now during the Aegis time is camp in their base. If they try to go out, I feel like it's gonna be pretty hard for them to fight because their damage, it feels very single target. Like, they only can really, like, kill one guy, and even then, they don't have that much damage anymore at 60 minutes. Yeah, heroes are not scaling as well as Omega heroes are. I'm pretty surprised that the Lina is not getting didn't get the shard though. The shard increases makes his Laguna Blade AoE.
And yeah, the cast rate.
Yep.
Dude. I don't think he's probably played this Lina support and been this farmed before.
Because they have been losing a lot. It's their best performance so far.
No, because you don't get this farmed on you don't have 60-minute games, I guess, usually. Not every day. Here we go, neutralize. What do we got? Ballista on the Dire. That's a lead item, maybe?
He's like, I want to hold my stone, guys.
Over here now. Regeneration.
Yeah, Lina is going to take this. Pausing to think of what we got. DK Ballista. Oh, DK Ballista sounds pretty good, actually.
Oh yeah, that is really good. I've not seen that one before.
I've never seen that. Force boots on Lifestealer, so he can go useless, I'm guessing. I just don't want these teams to fight for a minute, so get all these neutral items and figure out what we're gonna get.
Alright, let me look at Fnatic's. It says 0 out of 4.
Yeah, I was about to say, Fnatic is stuck in there. That could become a problem. You know, one team stuck in their base. Having 4 tier 5 neutral items against 0, big difference.
Here is where you pass the ninja gear to DJ because he's the one with buyback. And you let DJ go out and farm the neutral item.
The other big thing with these force boots is spell the blood. All in. Back. They're just kind of toying. I mean, they want the mega creeps is definitely not GG here, but they want to go for it and they want to fight while they have these. PK with the ballistas just sieging high ground. Great. He's like, okay, my illusion's useless against Aegon. Let's go ballista.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm a plus 5 player. Kill 5 items. I've never sniffed them before.
Yeah. Don't get their paramedic.
Yeah.
I've been from the Phoenix. Gets away with the Aeon discount. They've gone in on the back lines. Okay, they got the storm, and they're going to force him to instantly buy back here.
Here I am.
At the same time, you've got the storm, but I think you're still going to be a little bit careful about how you approach this one. They want the mega creeps here, but they've got to be careful. They can't afford to, like, you know, feed too much for this. They're going to glyph the melee racks here. Lion gets caught by a split earth stun. Needs to be careful. CML very far forward, flying on the side. Jabs. Invis up. He was looking for Winter's Curse. He's not going to find it. Ooh, that was close. He was trying to sneak in from the side. Leave with the ninja gear smoke to get a Winter's Curse. Couldn't find it now. They want the melee racks. Lifestealer gets haunted. AoE Finger of Death. They get the racks. They got Mega Creeps in the fight. Now going to unravel. Sparta goes to the back lines. Gets CML, but CML. He's still alive on the line. He turns around. He does end up dying.
Oh, the fourth boot.
What an item pickup. Has the Fate Switch now as well, but that's going to be an item he can replace here as they go in. Nice quick ball, but it's going to be another Winter's Curse. It chews for the invest save is there. Raven getting low. Raven just does not have the damage for this one. They kill the Storm though. He's got no buyback. Finger from the side here. Lion doing all kinds of damage. Lead in the back lines as well. Just unleashing nuke after nuke. The 3-man mana drain. The Lion backing up everybody here, but the DK getting low. They're going to lose the Dragon. He's got a buyback here, but Tino on the life steal. There's just no answer for this man. The life steal is just too damn freaking tanky with the buybacks. Can they bring him down here? Both teams ruining everything. Here we go. Lifesteal brings on the axe without buyback. DJ has to dive away, and now Xuan, he's gonna just TP out, get himself out of there. They found a new target. It's Death on the Slardar. He's cold and braced up. The Wyvern's there, but without a Winter's Curse, there's not a whole lot he can do. Death is probably just gonna see his own demise here. Tino, can't get him. Ghost Scepter is there. Death wants to fight. Tino gets the godlike streak. Death is still alive. He finally goes down. Shape from his Lina. He's just been an absolute glass cannon in the backline, dishing out spell after spell. Once Aeon disrepeating him a little bit more. They finally got jabs. This goddamn pesky Wyvern. They still can't bring him. The Cold Embrace is there. Can they kill him? They've got to get jabs, and they'll sure it. No, they won't do it. The Ghost Scepter, E-Blade jabs.
Come on,
He's still living. He's gonna blink out. He won't die. Why won't he die? He's still cold embracing. He's still saving people. Xuan is still alive. How is this happening? Jake's has had enough. He's got to look through there. He's looking the yellow say, TP out. Surely not. He does go down. Holy freaking shit. What the hell is going on? This guy looks like a freaking mid player out there. Dive in. They're going for the buildings. They've had enough of these heroes that are unkillable. Say, okay, can you cold embrace the throne? I don't think so. Good luck healing your throne. Phoenix dives in a bit too aggressively, gets caught by a Dragon Tail, but once again, it's jabs with like a 2,000. The Cold Embrace cast range is just absurd. DJ, Hanky on the front lines, Glimmer, KB's got an E-Blade as well. They may just go for the throne. At some point, you're just going to say, stuff it, let's find something else. The Winter Curse is there. I don't think it's enough. The Sunray from the egg. They want to kill the egg, but they haven't got the damage. They can't right-click it enough. Lina used up. Lina in some trouble. This Lina doing so much damage has to become a priority. The egg is under attack. They kill him the throne. Tino, Same, they had enough. Cold Embrace, this they say. And the throne will go down. Oh.
Oh my god!